Hello there everyone, this is I Mark III and welcome back to the Colony of Cleanliness. The base which still fails to live up to its name after 90 cycles. Here in Oxygen Not Included. Yes, flip that switch. Flip that switch for me. I command it. Yeah, this is the tangle down here which has become my water lakes, really. Everything is running okay down here for the moment. I've actually tapped into my reserve of clean water, so that's being transferred into the main holding tank. So this entire area is practically being cleaned out now and ready for use, for the most part. And I've also rigged up, as you can see, a gas pump on the same circuit, because I don't want it running continuously, so that's okay. It's on right now. And that generator can't keep up with 2, so that keeps powering down. How's my oxygen looking? Yeah, that's looking all okay. Problem is that I shut off the water for quite a while, so I'll just leave both those pumps running down there. That's fine. Okay, there have been some adjustments and tunings since last time. The big one being I've actually left these doors open, so I'm actually venting waste heat into my primary base. So, not exactly ideal, that is it? On the bright side, since it's mostly contained, that is doing okay. But I've dumped a whole ton of carbon dioxide straight into my base. As you do. Let's seal that one back up, actually. Just let that one keep going. I've also dug out the rest of the hydrogen generators and installed those, so this is all starting to come together quite nicely. For now, that one is operating just fine. But it's as I noted As I noted later on in the previous video, I do need to work out slightly better how to do this. I'm going to have to actively pump oxygen out of this particular setup, because the flow path of 5 is not actually good enough. Here comes all the water. Okay, now what's your problem? Yep, maximum gas pressure, that figures. So yeah, I'm going to have to pump the oxygen out. It's just too much for it to actually handle, sadly. So, let's go ahead and scrap that. Do this. This is mostly what I'm going to be doing this video, by the by. If anyone was wondering, I'm going to be mostly working on my supporting systems for this one. Let's install the pumps up here, out in gold, because I've dug out a whole load of gold between videos. As I said, I would seek for some more metal. There we go, 6 pumps, and that will almost keep up with the oxygen pressure. So that should get all this system chugging along very nicely. In theory, at least. In theory, yeah. This base is going swimmingly. In other news, I have given my dead their burial. So, Liera and Bert are now in their final resting place. I'm sorry about that, you two, but, you know. I tried, but everything got a bit too hectic and you suffered for it. Though in slightly bright news, I now have 52,600 calories in reserve. And it's running almost entirely on this single micro musher with this cooking station. And I'm just processing lice loaf whenever I can. Wait, am I not storing lice loaf? I'm not. That's why I was saying there's no refrigerated food. Sorry, unrefrigerated. Get that stuff stored, people. Jeez. Fried mush bar, fried mush bar. Oh. That's interesting. Apparently you can't fry lice loaf. Okay. Well, since I've got 50,000 left right now, that's okay. I'm just going to turn off the mushers for the moment. Turn them off. I mean, that's what, 5 and a bit days worth of rations, so that's all fine. I'll just let people store all that stuff and leave that be. I've decided to keep the cook station actually powered up, so that will actually deal with any spare. Yep, there goes me cooking, even though there's nothing there. So any of the icky, nasty ones, the mush bars, will get cooked up as soon as it's possible, and that's fine. Anyway, the other thing I've done is I have finished the building almost on this stuff over here. Now, why are you powering down? Oh yeah, the entire circuit's low on power. I've still not done the power connection. So this entire setup is rigged in. I've torn out that battery and replaced it with a small... Sorry, there was a big battery here, replaced it with a small one, because it turns out a big battery next to a thermal regulator will constantly overheat the regulator by sheer proximity. And that was bad. So yeah. Also, gas tiles still seem to be slightly bugged. I'm not too sure about that. Oh well, alpha is alpha and all that, but those gas tiles really should be working because that should not be overpressurized at the same time as that one is letting air through. So yeah, this is my cooling setup for my heatsink. And it's working pretty well so far. Except for the lack of power. Slight issue that. I've also redone some of this stuff a little bit. Like, I've moved this pipe down here. I think I came across that problem at the end of the last episode, so the input pipe is going where it should. And I've also strung in some extra vents down here to spread out the air pressure for the inbound CO2. And as you can see, it's starting to cool down in some places, so that's quite lovely. Secondary pump's not running, but I think that's because of just plain old power shortage. It is reading as fully pressurised in CO2 right there. Yep, that's fine. Is the power links okay? Power link is just fine. Yeah, it's entirely a power issue. Okay, and the other thing I've done is I've installed some gas valves in here. So safety regulators are in place. I can manually bleed pressure out of this sector if it begins to overpressurize too much so that the cooling vents stop working. So that way this can help. Though it's struggling because of the lack of power now, it's starting to heat up quite considerably. So can't help that right now. But I can bleed out air pressure if I need to, using this one. And I can also manually chop off the inflow of CO2 into here, using this gas valve if I care to. So yeah, I can completely regulate this system right now, and that's all fine and dandy. This is no longer required. Just as well, really, because I want the space for something else. Plumbing. Give me a gas pipe. Direct link it, please. Yep. And precious resources are done. Right. Next up, I have started work on this area. It's still very much a work in progress, but I'm going to tap into that geyser finally. And I'm going to start pulling water and steam out of it. I've also decided what I want to do with it as well. I'm going to, as you can see, I've got a water pump and a gas pump in here. And it's just erupting in the background, or trying to anyway. The water pump, I'm planning to actually rig straight into the electrolyzers. So the electrolyzers will be running on the fresh, boiling hot water. They overheat at 125, so they can take 100-degree water, no problem. That's fine. Actually, let's get... What's the gas piping? Gas piping, destroy those, please. Actually, I don't need to destroy that one, never mind. Those three can go. Because I'm rigging this stuff with cunning and calculation and evil genius in mind. Ha 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 ha. Yes, I am the evil genius. Yeah, right. Where's the... That's the one. Delete. Right. No, I'm actually just bumbling around like I normally do. So, you know, trying to talk big, failing miserably, that kind of thing. Let's put the ladder in here just to keep it all nice and neat so I can actually get access to things. That'd be good. Yep. Okay. And as you can see, gas vents are all down. Sorry, gas tiling are all down here, so it is flowing through, but I can't see what's behind it. Oh wait, yes I can. It's just not showing it on the tooltip pop-up. Okay, so they are working, sort of. Good to know. Good to know before I make a fool of myself and say something's not working. That has never happened ever. Well, actually, it's happened a great deal, but you know, this wouldn't be my channel and me if I didn't make mistakes on a regular basis. That was slightly glitched out. Either that or I was pressing the wrong tool, I'm not sure which. There we go. Nines. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Right. That's working okay. Now, let's see. This is all trying to work. 0.7, 0.22, -9, -8. Yep, that's all. That's fine, I can ignore that for the moment. Hooray. Progress is being made. Now then. Yep, that's getting put in place. Right, on to the next step. I mentioned I was going to be doing utilities for the most part in this particular video. That means, in my mind, the power situation. I need to get all this stuff powered up, obviously. And the gas flow situation, which is also a slight issue. I was going to have to do this complicated mess over here with the pipes, but since the pressure and flow systems are actually working now, I don't need to mess around as much with that. I can just do straight pipes everywhere. I don't need to worry about splitting it off all over the place. But still, there is going to be some messing around I have to do with it. Let's see, gas piping. Right, let's lay down the first pipe here. And I say first pipe because second pipe, third pipe. Yes, that's the messing around I'm going to have to do. It's because of the whole issue of can't handle more than a kilogram of pressure, I think, as far as I can tell. Let's double check that for a second. You guys are pressurized. Wait, no, you're not. Where's the gas vents? Oh yeah, here's some fully pressurized stuff. Yeah, 1,000 grams. That's all the pipes can handle. And since I'm pumping out 3,000 with these pumps, if they're at full capacity, that means I'll have to, you know, get slightly creative with my plumbing. Let's do it like that, and like that. That's all okay, and there we go. So as you can see, I'm hooking them up in pairs. And so I'm going to have 3 separate pipes running around, trying to feed my entire base. Hooray! Let's run this one over this way. This does, of course, mean that air pressure is going to be slightly imbalanced. And there's not much I can do about that. Let's see, let's do it like that, because I want to actually hide the piping away behind walls where I can, so I don't see it just sitting there like, oh, I've got stuff in. Yes, I know you've got stuff in, but you're not going anywhere with it, so sucks to be you. Okay, let's run one down there. So that's going to start pressurizing this area to go this way. I'm also using this as, you know, the whole airflow regulation thing. Should I put it there or there? There, sure. That's in an untrafficked area, so that's just going to be a gold one, and this one's going to be a copper one. So there we go. That's going to be supplying airflow to this side of the base. Now I've got to get past this, because that's a slight issue. But as I said, this entire thing is kind of temporary, but it doesn't mean it's not in the way, you know? It is very much in the way. Actually, I should just try and tear it all out and move it, but the problem is the circuits are in the way. That's the big issue. The circuits are in the way of where I want to send power. And I can't do much about it. Because I want to get power from the hydrogen systems up here down to this system down here. But it's got to get past these wires here, connecting the... You know what? Heck with it. Disable that power plant and just... Where's the wire mode? Just tear those out. I'm just going to tear out that wire right there. But it's like, you're not needed, go away, kind of deal. Yeah, bye-bye. I'm actually going to have to tear that wire out as well. Darn. Unless the wire bridges actually work now. Let's test that. Can run through a tile, yeah, but you've not worked before, so... The question is, do you work now? Did I build that out of... Yeah, I built it out of copper. Okay, I'm going to build that and see if that works. And then... Yeah. Okay. Keep up the good work, people. Keep it up, keep it up. Yep. Right. While they're doing that, I've got some mental maths to do. Power mode again. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, 1.2. For 1,440. 5, 6, 7, 1,840. 1,920. Oh dear. 1,920. Right, this thing is going to be overloading. 2 gigawatts of power is not enough. So I'm going to have to split this thing. All those extra pumps plus these have tipped it over the limit. But let's do this properly. 240, 480, 720, 740, 840. Right, so that's all okay. That single circuit there is just fine. No problems there. And that's going to be hooked into that. So 1 generator plus this is okay for all that. Let's actually do something that's slightly cheeky here and replace the power wheel. Actually, I'm going to mark it out where it's going to be. The power wheel could be up here. For now. Actually, do wire bridges work, please, people? Tell me wire bridges work. This would be easier if the wire bridges were working. Tear those out, please. Also, that needs demolishing. So, yep. Slight gripe here. I don't think the demolish command should check the priority of the device, because otherwise it just goes max priority. Okay, let's check the details. $260 out of 1.2. Wait, what? Okay, so that says it's still connected. So that wire bridge is working, apparently. That is great. Okay, so that's working. Excuse me. That's working, so that's okay. I'm going to install the mechanized lock down here. Since I'm feeding my hatch on a delightful diet of raw slime. I want to actually seal it off to contain the polluted oxygen, because it's flooding the entire area. Oh, that's just delightful, isn't it? Then I'm going to run a heavy watt wire this away. Though I am short on copper, so I'm going to do it mostly in gold ore. Straight through there. And for some reason the wire bridge still doesn't appear on the power overlay, does it? Slight issue there. But anyway. There we go, that's going to hook into that. That's all okay. And I'm not going to hook that in. Actually, that cooling system is shut down. That's actually not a big loss. It's not a big loss. I'm going to actually disable that cooling system now. Actually, no. What am I doing? I'm going to tear out the wiring, which allows that connection. And I'm going to install heavy watt wiring here. So I've basically cut that generator straight out of circuit now, since I'm going to run that on this main circuit over here. So that's all okay and dandy, I guess. I'm going to take this heavy watt wire and run it straight up the pipe. Actually, hang on. No, that's fine. Is it? I'll run it up here. Sure. Look at me, I'm being decisive. Anyway. Sorry about that. I really hate my phone. And I turned the volume down on that, but that apparently turns down... Well, I learned that my phone has a volume switch on it. I've only had it for like 5 years. It's like, oh, I can turn the sound down. And it turns out that's just the speaker volume when you're playing back your voicemail. The ringing is still as annoying as ever. I hate that thing. Anyway, moving on. I'm gonna cut out the actual bit where it's ringing from the video as per usual, and stop talking about it as of right now. And ooh, look at all this delicious hydrogen. Yeah. Okay, that's power line there. This set here This set here actually requires a double... Actually requires a whole lot of power. Yeah, it does. So, I'm going to install heavy watt wiring again. I'm going to get these on the same circuit. Because the thing is that it requires a whole bunch of power to run all these. And that means that you'll need to be running off a reliable power source. Yeah, a quotation marks, reliable power source. That's the issue, isn't it? Hydrogen generators are not actually that reliable. 246, 1200, 1400, and 1440. You know what? Let's do the simple thing. Let's grab 2 of these. Yeah. Let's install a wire bridge. There. And then run this stuff all the way along, nice and easy. Like that. So, that runs straight into there. That will have 2 hydrogen generators so for 1,600 power, supposedly. Though, as you know, hydrogen generators not completely reliable, but I don't mind wasting a bit of power there, so that's okay. And I'm going to hook it into the hydrogen feed line. Like that. So those 2 generators will fire up to power this lot here. That one is handling this lot here. And both of them will have backup wheels installed and local battery power supplies to keep them ticking over quite nicely. I might tear out that... Sorry, I might disable that hydrogen generator if... depending on how the load works out. Let's put it that way. Okay, right. Next thing is the system down here. If I remember right, I calculated it needed about 1 gigawatt or so. So, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12... Yeah, it needs quite a bit. 14, 16, 17, 17, 8... Oh, that requires over 2 gigawatt. That circuit is actually more expensive. Over 2 gigawatts of power for that. Well, tough. Sucks to be you. You're only getting 2 gigawatt power supply. I'm not giving you more than that. That means I need coal generators, actually. I need the coal generators. I do need to do my old plan, which was I'm going to rig this entire area into a big power plant. I'm going to have to do that, actually, because the BAP supply is 800. Then coal plants. Yeah, so that plus 2 coal plants will require the full gigawatt of power required to operate this system down here. Hooray! I need to hook these into something, actually. Where have I got excess power? I have got excess power actually in this system here, because these things only require 120. So they'll share the circuit. That should be just fine. Right. So make sure it's on gold. Run, run, run. Up here. Bypass around that. And there we go, so it'll avoid the switches which control all that. That's all fine and dandy. That'll run all the way down here. And then I've got this line over here, which is going to supply things. There we go. That circuit will be more intensive, it will require additional support. But that's all okay, that's going to run it. That's fine. Then I need the water. Yeah, that's why I need the water pumping pipes. Keep going, people. Keep on going. This is going to have to be insulated pipe actually, because it's going to be transporting really hot water. That's just going to run along here. Yep. And I accidentally deleted it, so again, run it back along here. Just that far for now. That's fine. Okay, right. Still going pretty well. I want to get systems installed, so let's priority 9 stuff, because I'm at again the situation where I'm finding that things don't get done if I don't max the hell out of everything and drag people straight off other tasks, you know? It's a very frustrating situation to be in, but it's one I keep finding myself in. And I don't know why. Okay, that hatch is very firmly locked away. Very good. That'll keep this area without the whole intake of polluted oxygen which was going on. And my builders should get to work on all that just fine. Let's see, I've got priority 8 power wheels around the place. That's all okay. I could use the extra power actually from this, so I'm actually going to re-plug that one in. Re-plug that one in? I don't think that's the proper phrasing of it, but I'm going to plug that one back in. I've spent about 12,000, 13,000 gold on this so far. Heavy wires are expensive. Come on, Nisbet, you're fine. When did I slow down? I don't know. I didn't remember slowing down. Well, anyway. Since I've sped it back up, that'll get it all sorted out. The cooking stations are down because they don't have resources. That's all okay. I still have a couple of days of food left. Let's get that stuff harvested. Something else I should mention, actually. Mealwood is actually running out of food reserves, so that's running down. I'm almost out of seeds, I think. Let's actually check my organics. No, that's not it. Seeds. Here we go. Seeds. Oh, wait, no. Never mind. I've got 41 seeds, apparently. That's fine. Yep, install that stuff, please. Thank you. As you can see, now that I've prioritised it, suddenly it's being worked on all over the place. Very good. I also got to mention, between videos, I've got a couple of extra builders. So that's helping a bit too. Now then, there was something else I wanted to do here, actually, which is plumbing and gas valve. Right, here we go. Because I need an additional intake feed. Quite simply. Yep, let's put that trio of gas valves right there. And do it like that. Now then, and that's because I'm going to do this. This thing, if I want to leave it running, it's going to suck in other things, and I've got that filter there to stop the hydrogen going where I don't want it. But the rest of it has to go somewhere, so I'm going to feed it into this. That's going to be a trio of filters to make the entire system one way only. And then I'm going to hook it straight into these, like so. So anything this sucks in, if this starts sucking in some oxygen, that will get fed straight back into the system anyway to be distributed around the base. So that's like that. And then I'm also going to have a pipe coming this way, which is going to hook straight in like that. And there. And that's going to hook up to the pumps at the bottom of the base. So if they start pulling in things they're not meant to, like, look, there's a little bright patch of oxygen there, and things like that, this will give them a way to send the oxygen straight back up and feed it straight back into the primary system. So that'll help as well. It's all going to help, really. Really, all of this tangled mess is going to help. I'm honest. I'm being honest here. It will help. Yes, definitely. It will. Oh, who am I kidding? This is going to fail horribly, isn't it? Anyway, there's a decent build of hydrogen, so let's flip the switch, get the pump rolling again. And here comes all the crisp and lovely hydrogen. Yep, that's looking okay. It's all going places. These ones are not actually hooked up, so they aren't running. I wish those things you could tailor how much power goes through, but you know, you can't really. Like, I wish they would. I could install an automated switch which reads batteries, and it's like, oh, if I've got so much, I'll turn on or turn off the power, rather than having to just keep an eye on it and micromanage it the whole time. That would be great. Oh well, one can dream. Maybe in the future. Not right now, though. How is that doing? That's hooked up to there. Okay. Those two pumps are starting to cycle. Excelente. So, hooray! We've got oxygen flowing into the base. And it's flowing at a fair clip too. A little bit of carbon polluted oxygen getting in there too. And as you can see, all the excess stuff from up there is getting sent down where I want it. Oh, that's almost out of hydrogen already. And look at this! Crisp, clean oxygen flowing into this corner of the base. And apparently there's a bit of sand there, which was... I don't know how long that's been there, actually. Probably get that removed, so yeah. I really don't know how long that's been there. Anyway, that is going to start pushing all the air I don't want from this section into the middle and down. So the pressure will carry it down towards this pump, which will feed into the trap over here. And that stuff's still not been built. I think it's only priority 5, isn't it? Yeah. Let's get that set up. Okay. And yeah. Why are you broken? The heck? Why are you broken? Don't see any stress warnings. Rowan's getting really stressed, but apparently that's broken down, and I don't know why. Let's do the jobs. Let's get... I don't think I have any set repairers for the most part. Let's do that quickly. You three are my repair boys. Repair peoples. Yes. And this place is starting to come together quite nicely. It's looking good. Alright, that does all need to be done though, so you know. And let's actually install the plumbing. Let's get the gas pipe installed so that I can get this. I can just seal this room off and ignore it. Standard piping there is fine. Then switch to the insulated pipe as soon as you hit the insulation layer. There we go, and that'll be carrying all the steam from that pump. So, yeah. That's all good. And of course you're going to need to dig through here, aren't you, to get to things. So, yeah. That's all looking good. Okay, that'll get all that sorted. And sadly, that is also all the time we've got for this particular video, I'm afraid. So, sorry about that, but that is how it is. Yeah, you've seen the base come along a little bit further. I've got some airflow going. I've got power solutions starting to go into place to keep things operational. The CO2 trap is continuing to work now that it's got a proper system rigged up to it. That's doing fine. Though it's still not accepting anything from the rest of the base. So, I need to start venting out this CO2. But I'm not wanting to do that until the trap is ready for it. I got a little notice there saying building broken, but then it disappeared. I don't know. Either way, I'm going to send Rowan off to get de-stressed. I don't think Rowan's doing it, because the critical point is 60 after all. Where is Rowan? Let's check. There's Rowan. Rowan, you are... a vomiter. Yeah, it's not him. So I don't know why things are breaking. But yeah, this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And I'll catch you all some other time for more Oxygen Not Included, or the video of your choice, whichever you would like. Hello, Mr. Geyser. You're going to be helpful to me. Yeah, see you all later.